So the family sounds very mafia-esque.
Especially because it's capitalized.
Yeah, and even just the actions of the family.
Yeah, they also seem like vampires.
What? How's it going, everyone? This is a Reboot Plays. Today we're playing some Fallout 3. This is Antonio Sanchez.
And Michael Warren.
And Gianna May.
And yeah, so we're back. We're playing Fallout 3. No reason. I can't think of any reason why we'd be playing Fallout. It's not like there's been a game that's been announced.
It's not like I'm obsessed with it.
So we felt it was time to bring back Michael and the hype train and this very green and gray game back to Reboot. And right now, what are we doing, Michael?
We are about to start a quest called Blood Ties. And basically, we've already done like the first step of the quest, but there's still a lot more to do, so we're just going to play it out. But we found this this woman that lives in Megaton, named Lucy. She had a message for her family that she hasn't seen for a while. She gave us the letter, and now we are delivering it to, what is this place called? Arafu, where they're supposed to live. So, fingers crossed.
So yeah, that's what we're doing, I guess. We're currently crossing a bridge. Oh.
Was that a mine?
No, this guy
You're not one of them.
Oh.
throwing grenades.
I believe in our last video, this is kind of where we left off. I think we started this mission all over again.
Yeah.
Which is alright.
Now what the hell
Yeah.
are you doing all the way out here?
Yeah, we're off to a rough start in this this version of Fallout 3.
How many bullets do we have?
Not many. We have pretty limited supplies, and we managed to lose a good friend in Megaton, Sheriff Lucas Sims.
Rest in peace.
So we have all of his stuff, and we discovered his son is an alcoholic.
Oh my
we
God.
Stole that whiskey bottle off the side of the wall. So we're trying to be good role models, but we're kind of absent mothers right now.
Basically.
I forgot we were a female character until I
Until
just
you
thought
said
about it.
something?
Yeah.
That's great, but I got bigger problems than being the town post office right now.
So we'll be trying to
The shit's
navigate
about to hit the
conversation
fan
with
in
this
this
guy,
cesspool, and I
Evan
don't think I
King.
can stop them.
Gianna May is actually playing Fallout Shelter?
Yeah, I've been playing Fallout Shelter, so I don't think you can hear it
Well,
from the
at first they
from
do
the
that
recorder
typical
right now,
gang
but
bullshit.
yeah, I've
You
been
know,
playing
break
Fallout
stuff
Shelter
and
for the
make
past
lots
few
of
days,
noise.
and it's pretty
They
fun.
always kept
Currently
their
have $38,
distance.
and
But this
92%
last time
happiness.
they went too
So
far.
what,
Pretty good.
They killed all
what is the
of our
point of
brahmin.
Fallout Shelter?
I mean,
Well,
that's
it's
our
basically
lifeblood
Tiny
out here,
Tower,
you know.
but Fallout, so it's more survival based, a lot more about building resources and maintaining them. It's not really
Look,
like
you
you're
can
supposed
call
to
me
make your
crazy
dwellers
if you
happy,
want,
but they're not as, like, say,
but
picky
there's
about
something
where
odd
they
about
work.
those creeps.
And so
they
yeah,
got
it's
the
pretty
guns
fun
and they
though.
got the
Like
muscle.
all you really do
Why
is you
don't they
build
just bust down our doors
your
and
own
take
little
us?
shelter,
We're really in a
your
bad way
vault,
and could use some
and
help.
yeah, you add rooms as you go, and you have to just make sure you maintain a balance of rooms in terms of what resources you're
I don't want to take
consuming.
my eyes off the
You
ramp
can go
here.
out, you can
There's
send
no
people into
telling
the
when the
wasteland,
family
which
will
is fun.
return. Can you do me a
And get them to
favor
bring
and
stuff
check on
back
the
to
other
you.
people's
So,
houses here?
and it's basically just a
make sure
pretty
they're doing
addicting kind of
okay?
game where you just log in
Speak
multiple
with
times
Davis West,
to
Karen
refresh
Shenzi,
everything and
and
level up
Ken
your
Ewers.
characters and stuff. So yeah,
It's an
pretty fun.
incredible game.
Michael also plays it too.
Didn't you get an iPhone for it?
I didn't get it for that. I got an iPhone 5S because my 4S died in Seattle. So I kind of like needed a phone. But then one plus of having to get a phone in an emergency was that I got to play Fallout Shelter now. So that's how I pass the time.
It's pretty fun. I like it. And it takes up a lot of time,
I
more
can't
time than
take
what I thought
that.
it would, which is interesting
There used
considering
to be
there is
more
work I'm
families
supposed to be
living
doing.
here.
But
that are still
yeah,
living here are
so
keeping themselves
apparently Michael is
indoors, thanks to their families.
beasting it better than what I am. He has like what 60 dwellers.
Something like that. I've had a few lucky breaks, and it's been pretty smooth sailing. Although we are starting to come to a water crisis in my vault, so that has to be addressed soon.
Video games. I have an Android phone and like a first model
I
iPod
think they
Touch,
live somewhere
so I'm not
east
playing
or
that game
north.
anytime soon.
There's all kinds of places they could be
Which is a
hiding.
shame, because it actually looks pretty fun.
Just watch
Not
yourself.
as fun as this.
I've got an itchy trigger finger.
Oh, God. So, we're not going to approach our thoughts and opinions on Fallout 4 just yet. We do plan on recording a podcast sometime this week where we're going to voice all of those concerns and ideas.
I have a lot.
And feelings, deep down feelings that Michael's been harboring for years. But I'm not afraid to say that I'm looking forward to Fallout 4, which is weird if you go back and watch any of the old Let's Plays, because I really don't care about Fallout 3. I find it boring and green and brown and blah.
Well, here's your boring game. This is Lucy's family.
Oh God.
They've seen better days. At least her mom and dad. I think she has a brother somewhere, but his body doesn't seem to be here.
So that's definitely different from the gray that it was.
Yeah, you got some red. There's a good color palette here.
The many colors of Fallout. What happened to them?
Let's find out. Oh, can't check her death. Or his. Because our character kind of sucks right now.
Did we just pick...
We look good.
Yeah, we do. Did we pick the worst traits?
I don't think we picked the worst traits. We just, rushed into the wasteland way too quick. And we were really not prepared for anything.
Okay.
So I'm just going to pick up some junk that I could potentially sell and trade later on. But, yeah. I think we should probably go back to that guy and tell him that they're all dead.
I think that's a good idea. What do you suspect, that you killed them?
No, I don't think so, because he's already talking about how this creepy gang of people has been terrorizing his town.
Yeah.
And so he probably thinks that they're behind it. And who knows, they might be behind it. I don't really know much of anything right now.
Well, don't you have some houses to be checking? The family must have gotten to them in the last attack.
So the family is that
Something
gang, the creepy gang.
Damn it! If only we had more men, we could stand up to them. I'm sick of them terrorizing this town. Check the rest of the town. Make sure I'm not the only one left.
Why can't he just check?
Because he doesn't want to take his eyes off the ramp. So, the town exists on an old freeway that, well, isn't much of a road anymore. It kind of drops off after that last shack. But the only way up here is the entrance ramp. So he guards it. So I threw a grenade at us earlier.
I can see why this would be a good place to live. Well, I mean, to be fair, yeah, it's protected.
And also you have a good view, so that kind of helps.
Yeah, great view of the desert wasteland.
Well, then you can see enemies approaching. I mean, come on.
Evan,
It's true.
gentleman.
I have to think survival, Antonio. Come on here.
And it is, they have a nice lake under them. It's a good scene.
It's a scenic view, yeah.
Yeah.
About as scenic as this game gets.
Yeah, basically.
What the hell are you doing in here? Get the fuck out.
What is that accent?
Oh, for the love of... Look, she's dumber than a bag of hammers, okay? If you
'Cause
wanna
that's an
talk to
expression we
anyone,
all need
you
to
need
use.
to talk to me. So what the fuck do you want?
This dude curses so much.
It's a stressful environment he lives in.
Son of a bitch. I knew the family were going to cross the line. It was only a matter of time. Maybe it's time I cut my losses and ran. But it just isn't fair. I made my home here. Why should I have to leave? We're
I
great.
never feel
Just
older than when
peachy.
playing games
I
like
love
this.
sitting in my
Like,
house with
I-
my thumb up
Also-
my ass.
Well, I had to put on my
Tell Mr. King
glasses.
that's sitting here all
Like,
day
we're
isn't
sitting,
gonna
like,
make me
what,
safer.
like,
We need
5
to
feet
take
from the
action.
screen.
Oh, I'd say 10 feet.
You know. Okay, let's say 10 feet. Okay. And I had to put on my glasses because I can't see the screen. Or the details. Micah was pointing out, some raiders playing baseball. I don't fucking see anything.
Remember, that's my
town
favorite
mayor
Easter
or
egg in
sheriff
Fallout
or
3
whatever he
is the
calls
baseball
himself.
playing Raiders.
He calls all the shots. When he says to get the heck indoors and stay...
Oh, just...
Everyone is keeping themselves safe from the family. If I was
This
you,
guy
I'd
doesn't
do the
seem like
same.
he's much help.
You want to know more?
He's definitely...
Yeah,
not any
they.
help.
They're low-life scum who decided to use Arafu as their own. I'd take a shot at them if I could.
You know who I
but
miss?
judging
I miss
from
those
what they did
religious
to the
people.
Brahmin, I wouldn't live long.
Right.
Some of them.
The people that worship the bomb in Megaton,
Yeah.
they were awesome. They're harmless.
Good. Now get out.
But that dude, the creepy guy, wanted you to blow him up.
You must be exhausted. Brayley Ewers is the name. Don't mind my husband, Kenneth. He woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Or every morning.
So, Michael, have you ever played Fallout 1 or 2?
Dead tired, I
No,
bet,
I
from
haven't.
square
I would
dance
love
in the
to,
barn
because
last
there's a
night.
lot of
What a time we had.
there's a lot of connections between 3 and the first 2 games. Like, they're all independent storylines, but there's just a lot of crossover. There's one character. I don't know if he'll be in Fallout 4, and he wasn't in New Vegas, but I think that's because Bethesda didn't make New Vegas. But there is one character who is in Fallout 1, 2, and 3, and he's kind of a mutant, and in each one there's different levels of mutation when you meet him. It's pretty cool. But just like little things like that, I would like to see.
So, where's this location in Fallout 3?
What do you mean, like physical?
Like, oh, it's like DC, right?
Yeah,
like,
this is DC.
So, would you like to see any... What characters would you like to see returning to Fallout 4 in Boston, if any?
Oh, from these? I'd like to see... I don't really remember specific names that well, but anybody from the Brotherhood of Steel that was at the Citadel, which is what they call the Pentagon. They were all pretty cool. And I'm sure I will, because the Brotherhood of Steel is like always talking about this group, this kind of shadowy group called the Institute. And so the Brotherhood is all about like traveling the wasteland and trying to preserve like old world technology. So they're all, they're just trying to get all the goods for themselves, basically, because they think that they're the only people in the wasteland that can handle old world tech, which may or may not be true. I'm inclined to think that they're probably right. I wouldn't trust raiders with nuclear bombs, but the Brotherhood of Steel really wants to deal with the Institute, because they think that the Institute is this group of rogue scientists somewhere in the north, which, Boston is north of DC. But they think that they're these rogue scientists that are just continuing to develop old world tech and for motivations unknown to the rest of the wasteland. So I'd like to see, that's what I'm really most looking forward to, is if the Institute is in Boston and if it's incorporated into this storyline.
Cool. Who are we talking to again?
Oh, he's
Brayley.
such a dear.
Brayley Ewer. So the Ewer family lives in Arfu. They're pretty minor characters. But we're just supposed to talk to everybody that lives in this town and try to figure out why the West family is dead. Because we were supposed to deliver a letter from Lucy West to her family, and then we found their bodies instead.
Corpse bodies.
Wasn't Lucy West kind of like
Mrs. West is
a...
probably
badass?
whipping up a
Yeah.
batch of her famous
Sure.
cookies.
Yeah.
And all
Yeah.
the
She was
kids
cool.
are playing in the yards. It's so nice outside. The grass looks lovely this time of year. Well, I must speak to my husband
she's
about
pretty,
that. We could bring it up at the next homeowners association
Brayley?
meeting.
Brayley, yeah. When I knocked on the door, Brayley thought I was the mailman coming to
I
deliver
do
a
love
fall
meetings
shopping
so
catalog.
much. I think I'll bring
so she's
muffins.
not all there.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize there was a nuclear war 200 years ago.
That's sad.
Which probably explains the whole my husband woke up on the other side of the bed.
Yeah.
Like, I just happened to survive a nuclear war bomb thing, But, he'll be better tomorrow.
Do all these games take place 200 years after the bomb?
At least 200 years. So Fallout 3, yes. And we know in Fallout 4 it will be because they told us at E3.
Yeah.
Vegas is probably even older than that, but we're not sure. We just know it's about that time frame.
Yes. Who is it?
That would be me.
Oh, he did? Well, it's about damn time he did something. Come on in. I'll unlock the door.
All these people are so tense.
I mean, I would be.
They're kind of hiding on that bridge for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
But to
nice
be
to
that
see friendly
cautious, I mean,
face
could you
around here.
imagine?
It's been a
Like,
long time.
that's
The
creepy.
name's Karen Shenzi.
Super creepy.
Admittedly, you have to kind of wonder what they do every day since they don't go outside. Do they just like sit in their shacks and?
King has to do
I
something
know.
about this now.
I mean, I guess that can also I would explain some of the crazy
Scared
too,
out of my
though.
mind. I'm glad
Probably.
he's checking
Also,
on us, but
like,
until
their one
someone nips the
responsibility
problem in
was
the
to
bud,
take care of
we
the
may as well
brahmin,
stay inside
and
forever.
the family killed all their brahmin, so they really have nothing to do.
He's a spineless wimp. His best solution. It tells them that we can be pushed around whenever they want. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of King. We're scared shitless. Evan King's got everyone so worked up about the family.
There's a lot of dialogue
no one
in
wants
this
to
game, I
set foot
forgot.
outside. That asshole
Well,
runs the
that's
show.
pretty important. That's
but
the
does he really do
thing.
anything about our problem?
Which I guess is kind of why it's
No.
difficult to do Let's Plays with like things like RPGs and these
All
longer
they
games.
do is terrorize
Like I was
us.
trying to think of other
They
games you
taunt
could
us to
play,
open
and
our
like
doors, throw
almost all the
bottles at our
games that
houses
like
and
say
scream at us.
Dragon Age have this
If I
super
knew
long,
King had my back,
very
I'd
wordy
step outside
introduction. So.
As well as just general dialogue in the game.
Then yeah, there's a lot. You can spend hours on the dialogue and reading all the extra things that you can pick up. So it can be exhausting.
She has a drinking problem. But yeah, I mean, like, I get why the amount of dialogue might be a turnoff to some people, but I really like it.
Well, I think if anything, it just enriches the world. Like,
Exactly.
especially because I mean, it's kind of how we were discussing. It's very brown and green and gray.
What did they tell you?
So I mean, the dialogue itself adds more context to what you're trying to understand.
Wait a minute.
Which even makes sense
When you
for your
search the
character in
West
general.
Front-
Because I mean, you just come out of the vault, so it's not like you know what the world is supposed to really be like.
This
So
has to be
I
the
think
work
that
of
kind
the
of actually
family.
helps in
I've
terms
caught
of
that
not
weirdo
letting the
leader
player
that's
understand
talking
what's
to
going
Ian
on
down
while
by the
also contextualizing it for the
I know
character
I've asked
you're
a lot of you
embodying.
already, But you have to find that kid.
I agree with
He
everything that was
deserves
just
better
said.
than all this.
Oh, I'm so bored. No, I'm just joking.
Well, look, now we have to go.
shooting things.
We have to locate the family, the people that have been.
That's gonna be cool. So the family seems very mafia-esque.
Especially because it's capitalized.
Thanks, kid.
Yeah, and
You're
even
all
just
right.
the actions of the family.
Yeah, they also seem like
Next
vampires.
time I see the family,
What?
there's gonna be hell to pay.
I don't know. I just get that vibe.
I'm sensing some spoilers here, and if so, yes, vampires.
There's no okay. there's no like literal vampires in Fallout. They just have tendencies.
And I'm brought all the way back down again. That's okay.
Where am I going? Oh, I'm supposed to
Family.
find them. Maybe he'll know where I can go.
I think this is a good stopping point for this episode. So we're tasked with finding the family, whether or not they be weirdos who think they're vampires.
That's a nice view of the lake, by the way. I'm
It
just
is
saying.
nice. Look at this. You
That's
have a
pretty.
nice smuggler shack over there. Very look at all these freeways, man. This was once a metropolis.
I think this has been a good episode. So
Washington Monument. Okay, that's all.
thanks again for watching this new episode of Reboot Plays Fallout 3. Until next time, this has been Antonio,
And Michael.
And Gianna.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Stay trilled. No.
No.